PS5 just had its best quarter yet, shipping 9.5 million. This puts it back on track to meet, if not exceed, the 18 million forecast by March after less than expected results from April to September. It's now only 1.7 million behind PS4 and has outsold the console 2 years in a row. PS4 never shipped more than 20 million in a single calendar year, while PS5 has done this back to back. PS4 was $299 by this point, while PS5 remains mainly a $500 device. Two questions exist for PS5 right now. Can it continue this momentum versus PS4 to finally overtake it? And what impact can GTA 6 provide it? First, how did PS5 ship 9.5 million? It didn't have first party software like God of War Ragnarok or Spider Man 2. But it did have a significant price reduction of $75 for the entirety of the holiday season and released the PS5 Pro. There is also the fact that Xbox was non existent as competition for the first time in 2 decades. Xbox had always been either the same price as the PlayStation or cheaper, while this holiday Series X, which is the best performing Xbox right now, was far more expensive with no bundle options. What was a competition between PlayStation and Xbox for the lowest bidder is now just PlayStation. And there is merit to Xbox and PlayStation having the same market and fighting for the same consumer if you weren't aware of that already. Since the PS2 generation, PlayStation and Xbox are in a tug of war for that dedicated home console market, where if Xbox does good, it'll come at the expense of PlayStation. When PlayStation does better, Xbox does worse. So, a combination of a good price cut, the introduction of the PS5 Pro, and terrible Xbox performance led to PS5 seeing its best quarter ever. But there is a slight problem here. Not necessarily a PS5 problem, but it isn't fully capturing the markets that Xbox isn't reaching anymore. Xbox Series is millions behind Xbox One right now, and PS5 is nearly 2 million behind PS4. This could be chalked up to just an Xbox problem, but it does show a limit to what PS5 is capable of. Both consoles being behind the last gen right now isn't a good look if we go with the perspective that PS4 and Xbox One, after 4 years, were outperforming PS3 and 360. While Xbox declines, PS5 will absorb some of that leftover market, but not all of it. Still, PS5 technically has a higher potential ceiling than PS4 simply due to Xbox not fighting anymore. But can that potential be realized? For PS5 to pass PS4, 2025 right now is up against an incredibly strong comparable year of 2018, the year Fortnite exploded, and the entire industry was wrapped up in Battle Royale. Sony released God of War and Marvel Spider Man, two massive selling exclusives. Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 were both in the same month. PS4 had a $199 Spider Man bundle for that holiday. But because PS4 was already inching towards that 100 million mark and had been on the market for 5 years, the cyclical nature of console generations meant none of what I just mentioned reversed the decline PS4 was seeing. And here's that same graph with PS5 added in. Despite peaking higher, this only resulted in PS5 barely catching up to PS4, and both put up similar year 4 results. 2025, in terms of software comparable to what I mentioned for 2018, is GTA 6. If it comes out this year and doesn't see the typical Rockstar delay. But it's GTA. Who would deny that to be a massive seller? GTA 5 sells millions every few months. I'm not going to say GTA 6 won't be massive. In fact, I would not be surprised at all if the game generates anywhere close to $2 billion in its first few days. But that's not important to selling consoles, surprisingly enough. GTA is a fully known entity, ingrained in gaming culture. Something like Pokemon, which came out of nowhere and revived an aging Game Boy, or Kinect giving Xbox 360 a peak after 6 years. Those types of events that you can't predict and bring in new audiences are what change sales trends. GTA 6 is nowhere near that. We live in a generation where GTA 5 is fully supported with updates and playable on current gen devices. GTA 6 does not suddenly open up an untapped market that isn't already interacting with video games. But what about all those on PS4? They'll upgrade, but on the same cycle they've moved from console to console for decades. Anyone still on PS4 bought in around here and cares more about the price. And here's the thing, when you have a locked 170 million ish market to sell to, and you're approaching 100 million units, and you've been on the market for 5 years, no game is pushing millions of units on its own. Look at PS4 in 2018 for the quarter both Black Ops 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 launched. Sony had marketing for both games. Red Dead had a PS4 bundle. Both games had incredible launches and combined did more than GTA 5 generated. Yet shipments for PS4 went down 10%. Despite Fortnite, God of War, Spider Man, Black Ops 4, and RDR2, every quarter of 2018 declined versus 2017. Q4, which housed COD and RDR2, declined the most in absolute units and the second worst in percentage dropped. GTA 5 had the biggest launch in entertainment history, still to this day even, and shipped 29 million in weeks, and Xbox 360 and PS3 barely moved units. GTA 4 had the biggest launch in entertainment history at that point, and console shipments actually declined from the prior quarter, and that quarter was the lowest in 2008. I would go as far to say that whatever quarter GTA launches is going to be down year over year. GTA sells fantastically to the already existing market, that market being the 170 million or so total devices that will be shipped. It's one of those evergreens that always gets sold to a new console purchase, but there isn't evidence of this mass holding pattern of players that are waiting to upgrade specifically for GTA 6. That PS5 would be millions ahead of PS4 right now if only GTA 6 came out already. Despite Rockstar releasing multiple biggest entertainment launches ever, its games never impacted the sales trend or curve of consoles. It rode the trends, never bucking them. So, stepping back, big picture now. What can PS5 do? Is it going to continue to outsell PS4 year to year? I doubt it. Before the holiday quarter, GTA 6 is maybe launching, and 2025 is contending with an absolutely stacked year of the Fortnite boom, God of War, and Spider Man. While PS5 only has Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yodi, PS5 has the advantage of absorbing some of Xbox's market share, even if the total market is in decline. But I've covered it enough already for you to maybe clue into what I'm about to say. But PS5 in a more dominant position is barely above a PS4 with stronger competition, and Life to Date has yet to match it. I think it's extremely difficult for PS5 to outsell PS4 right now. It benefits from weaker competition, but the sales curve seems to indicate PS5 is going towards its predecessors anyway. I think the only chance is if PS6 is 2028. That'll be an entire year of additional sales that PS4 simply never got. In that case, I could see PS5 ending around 125 million, somewhat above PS4. But right now, 2025, I don't think PS5 can outsell PS4. It's close for sure, but there might be a reason why after 4 years, PS5 is still behind. Am I insane? Maybe. I'm curious what you think about PS5 and GTA 6 right now. I know I'm probably in the minority when it comes to the expectations of GTA moving consoles, but we have the biggest launches ever happening 3 times now, and this kind of console explosion never happens. I hope you enjoyed the video enough to hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, I do read every comment, so I will try to respond. Thank you for watching. Take care.